So it's Richard Foster-Fletcher. I'm the Executive Chair of MKAI. This morning we delved into the opportunities, risks and so on of artificial intelligence in the FE sector. For me, it's paramount. I think alongside climate change and health, this is an area where we have massive opportunity to revolutionize the sector, but evolve some of the teaching methods. I don't think for 1 second we're talking about artificial intelligence replacing teachers or replacing faculty members. This is a tool, but what a tool, to supplement, to reduce the workload, to support with assessment and lesson planning, and of course a tool that students can use and enable them to grow. I think back to when I was growing up, I was lucky enough to have Encyclopedia Britannica on CD. It cost thousands of pounds at the time, and it was phenomenal, but it's nothing compared to what's available now. And actually the most exciting thing for me is that 20, 30 years from now, when the students that we're teaching become leaders in organizations, the cognitive uptake and increase that we'll have seen from these tools now could fundamentally change the path of humanity. There's a number of known risks that we have with AI. For example, when we saw videos of Joe Biden falling over at the beach. Now, that may be the case that Joe Biden is getting older, but that simply wasn't true. That was a deep fake video. But not only do we not know it's a deep fake a lot of the time, but a lot of voters in America wouldn't even know what a deep fake was, or that it was even possible to do one. That blends into audio and text, and we just no longer really understand agency. We don't know what we're reading, where it came from. We don't know what we're hearing, and if that's the truth or even what we're seeing. So that erosion of human agency is one significant risk. Another is the asymmetry of understanding when we use these tools. We don't understand the implications of sharing our data, what we write, what we do, what we click, that behavioral data that has become so useful to predict and target us as consumers and people and voters. So we bring that down to our FE sector, the 16 to 18-year-olds. We don't know what kind of conversations they'll be having with chatbots, such as ChatGPT. We don't know what influence it will have on their belief structures from the biases that have come through from the data and the models that built this. And we don't know what that will mean in terms of jobs and creativity in the future. But we do know that AI is here to stay. We know that it will be used across governments, across climate, across health, and across education in the future. No college principal can believe that in 10 years from now they won't be completely reliant on AI across their institution. And that starts now by thinking about what they want to look like, what they want to implement in terms of policies and processes and upskill and education across their faculty and students now. And we can go into this with our eyes open. In technology generally, we have a DEI catastrophe. It's not just the number of people that are of a certain gender, age and background that are working on developing AI models and working with the data. It goes beyond that. We know that a couple of years ago, 97% of venture capital money went to men. And so we have to unbreak this system, and it happens in multifaceted ways. We need inspirational female leaders to be at the center of what we do. We need people to learn from inspirational females as they go out across the world and the stages that we have, because that's going to get more young women into this sector. So we can eventually, hopefully, solve the problem through that. Furthermore, if we can't change necessarily who's working on the systems right now, let's be aware of the implications of that, the biases and the risks of a lack of diversity, a lack of perspective that can go into building these models. Even today, we have skin analysis models that don't work on black skin. In 2023, simply because of a lack of awareness of certain teams that are working on this. And let's supplement that with multi-stakeholder feedback and analysis. Teams sitting outside of organizations that can challenge effectively, that can stop AI happening, and that can get that breadth of perspective. We have the depth, we have the expertise, we severely lack the breadth to look at how these systems will change society, the implications on individuals, that you simply cannot walk in other people's shoes, so you have to invite them into the room and ask them and listen. I think fundamentally, the ability that we have to harness AI in the sector is paramount. To the UK, to our economy, to our young people, to everything that we hold dear in terms of our health and our climate and our wellness. And that starts today. We won't get anywhere from banning these tools. The cat's out of the bag. The box is open, so to speak. We can't put this back in. We need to learn how to harness it, and the students that are using it today will use it in their jobs tomorrow. We know that, so we need to upskill them, empower them, educate them, keep them safe in the use of this, and embrace a new step in education. AI is not replacing teachers, but it has changed the way that we need to think about using our cognitive abilities and our brains. So it's absolutely going to become a tool that students can use in the classroom. It's going to make possible all kinds of experiences above and beyond what we can do now, which is exciting in terms of creativity. And we need to move with that. And we need to give these tools to our teachers so they become more efficient, get a better work-life balance, reclaim their mental health, get supported with assessment, and ultimately offer the same personalized experience that a one-to-one teacher-student relationship could offer to a class of 10, 30 and beyond online.